Hey there, folks. This is Bobo the Vulture, and this is Let's Play Extreme Warfare Revenge. Now, I did just start a session anew, although it is shortly after having finished redoing the narration of the previous video, so I'm pretty well set with what it is that I need to do right now. We are a company with a public image of 72%. 38% of its peak, so the industry is slumping badly and is only getting worse. So when she says weak but steady and then she says it's getting worse, maybe it's just slowing down in how quickly it's getting worse. Let's see. What was our greater expense last? 150. Oh yeah, spent more on staff because I hired a full-time color commentary guy because Tommy Chill left. So Tommy Chill was no longer eligible there. And of course, he left and I replaced him on commentary before, um, yeah, before Bruce Sanchez left. So that I needed to get another heel manager. I could have just gotten a heel manager that knows how to talk. That would have been too difficult. Um, I went ahead and this ended up happening off camera because of a slight hiccup I had starting this video. I went ahead and added Axel versus Little Nate onto the feud list because while it wasn't one that was specifically suggested, it's one that I'm doing. Also, our event is on the 30th, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Now, this will just spin us forward until such time as we either have an incident occur or it's time to go ahead and book the next pay-per-view. Now, there are 18 workers on our roster right now, so I can go in and check with Sophie later, and we will find out whether anybody else has been hired away. I think it was a record record video last time around. We had 3 different workers get hired away. We had Tommy Cho get hired away. We had Bruce Sanchez get hired away. We had was El Majito hired away in that video, or was it the previous video? El Majito is definitely gone now, though. Although he would still, if for some reason one of the companies that got rid of him or decided they didn't want to have him around anymore, they decided not to, keep him. Pretty sure he still would work for 9 grand. So there's that. This month is going through without incident. Well, this is nice. Days are just passing by. Now, it occurs to me that as sort of unvisually appealing as this game is, there are people that are interested in just listening to this. I actually had Mysterious JG mention that if he could figure out a convenient way to do it, he might use it for car listening, because he's got a new long commute. Hopefully I'm not divulging too many intense personal secrets in the life of Mysterious JG. Okay, here it is, the 30th. Let's go to the staff meeting. We have 18 workers. The industry is at 35% of its peak, so it is getting worse. But we did not have anybody else hired away, which is nice. Nice. Hey, you won, so... Oh, that's something I meant to do, actually. I meant to look at other promotions. I wanted to see what the story was with this Hollyweird Grappling Company guy, Victor Quinones. Does not have a definitive style other than basically hiring all of my guys. Okay, he has people that aren't mine, but there's El Majito, there's Katsushi Takamura, there's Lil Nate, there's Sanjay Dutt. Oh boy. Cool boy. So, I guess that's actually an interesting question. El Majito, you do the high spots. What are your work relations? You don't have any relations. So I was beginning to wonder, like El Majito, Lil Nate, and Sanjay Dutt all like bros. That's one of the reasons El Majito is like, oh, come over here, but only if you hire these guys too. But no, there's nothing like that going on right now. So let's go ahead and just check the extreme mail, even though there shouldn't be anything too exciting. Bobcat, okay, don't know who that is. Should be pretty much all TV and pay-per-view ratings. So I have fallen to cult level. It is amazing how quickly they move back and forth. They got rid of Larry Zbyszko. ROH Thursday has been dropped by Fox. Wow, ROH had a TV show on Fox? That a network wrestling show, folks. That's pretty intense stuff. Like, that's not something that's going on right now. Alright, let's look at the event history here. Sanjay Dutt defeated Axel Law, because that is just a good thing to do. Corey Castle beat Deranged. So actually, this show should mostly write itself. Not entirely, but should mostly write itself. So because we've got a debut, so we need to have a debut. Jason Sugarman, Phil Woods, and Stryker all need to be debuted. Now the question is, in this show, do we just debut Phil Woods, the manager, or do we also debut Jason Sugarman? Stryker, I believe, is still injured. Yeah, Stryker is still out from injury. We go ahead and have our first matches for these feuds. So I'll start with an Axel Law versus Lil Nate match. It's going to be a one-on-one match, single match, Axel Law versus Lil Nate. There is no title on the line. The result will be a win for Axel Law because it'll be through interference. We're going to get Phil Woods is going to get his hands dirty. That's going to be the thing that's going to start things off for him. 2-on-1 on Lil Nate. And the purpose is going to be to continue that feud. Now then, I am actually going to start this show with an angle, and it is going to be a, let's say, a debut angle. New authority figure debuts, singles debut as ally, client, stable member, singles debut attack. Alright, so never mind. It's not going to be one of those. It is going to be a manager angle. Let's see, two managers argue. Manager has a plan. Manager introduces singles client. Well, poopy. I guess it's just going to be an interview then. I was hoping to do an angle in which Axel Law debuted his new manager. It's going to be Phil Woods with Axel Law. And the target is going to be Lil Nate. And that is going to be to continue their feud. And what are the other feuds we got going on here? Deranged and Dunn. Alright. This is going to be an interview. Well, no, this one is the match. This is Deranged versus Dunn. Match. 1 versus 1. Singles. Deranged and Dunn. There is no title on the line. The win will go to Deranged. Deranged is going to do this by cheating. And the aftermath will be the Deranged runs away. And the purpose behind this all is to continue their feud. And let's see. This is going to be another interview involving Phil Woods. It's going to be Phil Woods and Deranged, and they are going to be talking about Dunn. So let's put that segment, slot that segment in here to get that feud going. And then we're going to have Dunn give his response right here. Because as I recall, Dunn does not have a manager, which may be a tactical error in this particular situation. Let's look real quick. Yeah, Dunn is a tweener, so he does not actually have a manager. Now, it occurs to me he's got the underdog gimmick, and so does little Nate. Oh well. And let's see. Little Nate is going to need the help of Mist Neal to give an interview to make this seem like it's worth checking out. Mist Neal and little Nate gonna have a little tete-a-tete here. They're gonna have a little chit-chat all about how Axel Law is terrible, and they need to beat Axel Law. Let's finish booking that segment. So there you go. Got basically we have all of the interviews set up. We have the 2 top card matches set up. Now we just need to put in the 2 undercard matches and an opening segment. So let's look at who's available and what's going on with them. I haven't had Trent Baker do anything in a while. Oh, let's check everybody's morale too. Todd Sexton could use a little pick-me-up. He's not had a lot to do lately. Well, Lazarus. Yeah, that's true. Lazarus had a debut a while back, and he hasn't done very much since. So maybe we should have... Let's have Todd Sexton and Lazarus have a match. They actually look like they would be well suited to having a match together, so good. So here we go. Let's book a one-on-one match between these two. Lazarus versus Todd Sexton. No title on the line. Let's give this one to Todd Sexton so a good guy can conquer Todd Sexton cleanly. And there is no aftermath to this because these guys are just out there to wrestle and wrestle well. Put on a good match, guys. I have faith in you. And this final matchup, who will we throw in there? Corey Castle could use a morale boost. And I say he could use a morale boost. His morale's at 80. It's just that most of my guys have like 90s and 100s. I could have Corey Castle and Robert Thompson wrestle. Yeah, sure. Let's have Corey Castle and Robert Thompson wrestle a little bit. No title on the line. We'll give this one to Corey Castle. Corey Castle clean. And the aftermath is going to be that Robert Thompson refuses a handshake. Because he's a mysterious man. And they're just putting on a good match, those guys. And what do we want to use as our opening segment here? Because I think in the end we decided we are not actually going to debut any wrestlers. We're just debuting Phil Woods as a manager. What if I just did a diva angle? It's just Miss Tenille being a diva. Diva flirts with the guy, diva argument, diva kidnapping, flirting to ambush. There are no just divas hanging out. So that's interesting. What other angles are there? Authority, debut, host, manager, other angles. These don't fit in any other categories. Leaving, mystery stalker. Warming up. Yeah, you know what? We're not doing any of these. Let's see. Actually, who between Robert Thompson and Robert Thompson actually has a higher charisma score than Miss Tenille. He's not as over, but I feel like Robert Thompson actually. Let's have Robert Thompson call out Corey Castle. And you know, maybe people won't get super tired of Miss Tenille if don't use her all the time. So that is to hype the match they are going to have tonight. And now we have a full card. Let's start the show. Our pre-match segment is an interview with Robert Thompson. Gets 55% rating, and he gained overness. A slightly lower rating, 54, for Phil Woods, hyping up Axel Law for their feud with Little Nate. 75% match between Lazarus and Todd Sexton. See, I knew these guys had some potential. The crowd reaction is 37%, so that draws the overall rating down to 56. Nobody's just getting into these matches. I don't know what it's about. Phil Woods gaining even more overness, although this is an even lower rated segment, 52%. He is backstage with Deranged, and they're talking about the Dunn feud. Let's keep things moving here. Okay, Robert Thompson versus Corey Castle. They had a pretty good match. And the crowd is getting a little bit more warmed up, but still, that only leaves a 57% rating overall. Dunn backstage, yeah, having Dunn talk on his own might kill this feud. That's a 51% rating. He's not that charismatic. Deranged versus Dunn actually didn't have that great a match. Deranged, you are just disappointing at every turn. 50% crowd reaction to an overall rating of 59. Admittedly, though, the crowd was more into it than any of the other matches so far. Mr. Neal talking with Little Nate and building up for that feud. That's 64% overall rating. I think that's going to be the best segment of the show, sadly. Although 63% overall match rating for this because the crowd is warmed up at this point. It's a 74% quality match, so that actually worked out okay. 57% overall rating. Not the best show we've ever had, but it's an okay show. It's an okay broadcast, guys. We can get into it. Let's get to it. And that was the end of the month, so we will have the show-related stuff and the end of the month-related stuff all at the same time. Dom wants to be higher up the card. Solstice attended by 208 people. Now, there's actually not that much about it then, huh? Chaz Warrington is retired. Chicky Star will retire. Tori Wilson left. Robert Townsend, Gerald Clark, Dunn, Mr. Neal, they all want more money. Bobby Heenan has left the staff of MLW. He just could not stand the humanoids of that particular organization. Stanley Anderson has a month left in the contract. Sean Hilton has a month left in the contract. Excessive Videos have ended their sponsorship deal with WLW. Okay, so these are various sponsorship deals ending. Superb work. Our public image is improving every month. A new promotion, Angel Athletic Association, has opened. And got some birthdays. So, hey, no bad news. That's great, right? So, aha, there are a couple more sponsors than we would ordinarily have to choose from here. Soft Mints, Anya's Weddings, Dr. Bob Beer, Pier Hotel. None of them are ones that we want. But I think Anya's Weddings, yeah, we've only got 1 month left on the Freely and Chris sponsorship deal, so let's go ahead and end that. Done. Search again, and pick up Anya's Weddings, and we will profit 25,000 on this deal anyway. I guess we'll profit 25,000 instead of 100,000. So yeah, I guess we're still going to lose money on it month to month. Public image is up to 74 now, so the gains that we're making are slowing down. We hope this deal will be beneficial to both parties. Anya's wedding wants good weddings to happen. What's going on there? 35% of its peak. This is getting bad. Weak but steady, she says, but no, it's only getting worse, so I don't know how that's steady. Robert Thompson's act is starting to grow stale. Well, shoot. Takamura could use a change of gimmick. It's rumored that Chris Jericho is coming to the end of his contract. Well, let's go hire him. He apparently is the win button. Strike will return from his ripped bicep in 4 months. Well, it's a shame that had to happen to the gent. But I suppose, what are you going to do? You're going to say this is Boba the Vulture and that this has been Let's Play Extreme Warfare Revenge, and you'll thank everyone for watching, and when people come back next time, they will see the next month of stuff. Bye for now.